윈피키드 녹음을 일주일치가 빌렸어요. Friday. I think what the students learn from the toilet paper experience is that if we want something, we're gonna have to raise the money on our own. So last week, the student council brainstormed ideas for a class fundraiser. The vice president, Hillary Pine, said we should have a car wash, and the secretary, Olivia Davis, said we should do a giant yard sale. I thought we should sell caramel popcorn, but either Rory didn't have his walkie-talkie up right enough during the meeting, or everybody was just ignoring me. Eugene Ari suggested a pro wrestling match in the gym, and Giovanni Hero came up with the idea of a motocross stunt show. But they couldn't decide which idea they liked better, so they decided on a mixed motocross wrestling event. I think Eugene realized it was going to take a lot of work to pull something like that off, so he sided to the vice president. Hillary formed a fundraising committee and got her friends on the student council to join it. On Monday, Hillary reported back to student council, said that everything for the event was planned, but the fundraising committee had made a few small changes to the original idea. Somehow, the motocross wrestling event morphed into a Valentine's Day dance. Eugene and the other guys wanted to change it back, but Mrs. Birch said they had to respect the decision of the fundraising committee. I'm sure the truth is that she wasn't really crazy about the idea of a motorized vehicle at the gym to begin with. Ever since word got out about the Valentine's Day dance, it's all anyone can talk about at school. The girls seem really excited, and they are treating like some sort of middle school prom. There's already a dance committee, which Rory got invited to be on since he's social chairperson. I'm just glad there's some male representation on that committee, because if the girls have their way, Christina will be the entertainment for the night. Most of the boys couldn't care less about the dance. I've heard a bunch of guys saying there's no way they're gonna pay $3 to go to dance in the school gymnasium. But that all changed earlier this week, when the first candygrams got handed out in homeroom. The candygrams are invitations to the Valentine's Day dance, and the dance committee started selling them at lunch the other day. If you pay 25 cents, you can send the candygrams to anyone you want. And Bryce Anderson got ones from at least 5 different girls right off the bat. After the first wave of candygrams got delivered, some of the boys who didn't get one got jealous of the guys who did. Now all of a sudden, everyone wants to go to dance because no one wants to be left out. So yesterday at lunch, there was a big rush on candygrams. Like I said before, there are more boys than the girls in my grade this year. I think a lot of guys are nervous they are not end up with a date to the dance. So most of the boys are acting really different whenever a girl is around. At lunch, guys usually take a spoonful of mashed potatoes and flick them up in the ceiling to try to get them to stick. Don't even ask me what they put in the potatoes that makes them stick like that. But stick they do. For a while. Sometimes I forget to look up before I find a place to sit. Nothing worse than they or the mashed potatoes. The girls really hate the mashed potato thing, and that's why they sit on the other side of the cafeteria. But now the boys know they are not going to get one of the girls to go with them to the dance after they're a jerk. I can tell it's hard for other boys to be mature in front of girls. So some guys are acting like out when there aren't girls around. We're in the middle of the basketball unit in Phys Ed, with the girls playing on one side of the gym and the boys on the other. The other day, this kid named Anthony Renfrew thought it would be pretty funny if he passed Daniel Reeves when he's shooting free throws. Everybody laughed except for Daniel, but later on, Daniel got Anthony back when he was going for a layup. After that, it was a free-for-all with everyone pantsing everyone else. So things have been awful since then. Now everyone's so paranoid about getting pantsed that no one will even stand up during our basketball scrimmages. I've even started wearing 2 pairs of shorts under my sweatpants for extra insurance. Things have gotten so bad that Vice Principal Roy came into his gym today to lecture the boys. He said this was no rapping matter and that anyone caught passing on a student would be suspended. But Vice Principal Roy should be watched they were standing because some kids snuck under the bleachers and got him pretty good. Pounced. Whoever did it escaped before Vice Principal Roy could catch him. No one knows for sure who it was, but the name they're using for the guy is the Mad Puncher. Uncle Gary told me the best way to get a girl's attention is by making yourself look unavailable. He said what I should do is buy a bunch of candygrams and have them all delivered to myself so the girls would think I was a real hot property. I probably should have thought about talking to Uncle Gary a lot earlier. He's been married something like 4 times already, so he's an expert on relationships. Yesterday, I bought $2 worth of candygrams, and today in homeroom they were delivered to me. When the teacher said, "Here's another one for grab happily," I yawned. I just hope this works, because that $2 was my lunch money. Friday. I think what the student learned from the toilet paper experience is that if you want something, we're going to have to raise the money on our own. So last week, the student council brainstormed ideas for the class fundraiser. The vice president, Hillary Pine, said we should have a car wash, and the secretary, Olivia Davis, said we should do a giant yard sale. I thought we should sell caramel popcorn, but either Rory didn't have his walkie-talkie loud enough, or everybody was just ignoring me. Eugene Airy suggested a pro wrestling match in the gym, and Jeb and Hero came up with the idea of motocross stunt show. But they couldn't decide which idea they liked better, so they settled on a mixed motocross wrestling event. I think Eugene realized it was going to take a lot of work to pull something like that off, so he assigned it to his vice president. Hillary formed a fundraising committee and got her friends on the student council to join it. On Monday, Hillary reported back to the student council and said that everything for the event was planned, but that the fundraising committee has made a few small changes to the original idea. Somehow, the motocross wrestling event morphed into a Valentine's Day event. Eugene and the other guys wanted to change it back, but Mrs. Birch said they had to respect the decision of the fundraising committee. I'm sure the truth is that she wasn't really crazy about the idea of motorized vehicle in the gym to begin with. Ever since word got out about the Valentine's Day dance, it's all anyone can talk about at school. The girls seem really excited, and they are treating it like some sort of middle school prom. There's already a dance committee, which Rory got invited to be on since he's the social chairperson. I'm just glad there's some male representation on the committee, because if the girls have their way, Christina will be the entertainment for the night. Most of the boys couldn't care less about the dance. I've heard a bunch of guys saying there's no way they're gonna pay $3 to go to the dance in the school gymnasium. But that all changed earlier this week when the first candygrams got handed out in the homeroom. The candygrams are invitations to Valentine's dance, and the dance committee started selling them at lunch the other day. If you pay 25 cents, you can send a candygram to anyone you want, and Bryce Anderson got ones from at least 5 different girls right off the bat. After the first wave of candygrams got delivered, some of the boys who didn't get one got jealous of the boys who did. Now, all of a sudden, everyone wants to go to dance because no one wants to be left out. So yesterday at lunch, there was a big rush on candygrams. Like I said before, there are more boys than girls in my grade this year. And I think a lot of guys are nervous they are not going to end up with the date to the dance. So most of the boys are acting really different whenever a girl is around. At lunch, guys usually take a spoonful of mashed potatoes and freak them up at the ceiling to try and get them to stick. Don't even ask me what they put in the potatoes that makes them stick like that. Sometimes I forget to look up before I find a place to sit. The girls really hate the mashed potato thing, and that's why they sit on the outer side of the cafeteria. But now the boys know they are not gonna get one of the girls to go with them to the dance if they act like jerks. I can tell it's hard for a lot of boys to be mature in front of the girls, so some guys acting out when there aren't any girls around. We are in the middle of basketball unit PZ, and with the girls playing on one side of the gym and the boys on the other. The other day, this kid named Anthony Renfrew thought it would be pretty funny if he passed Daniel Ravis when he was shooting for free throws. Everybody laughed except for Daniel, but later on, Daniel got Anthony back when he was going for a layup. After that, it was a free-for-all, with everyone pantsing everyone else, so things have been awful since then. Now, everyone's so paranoid about getting pantsed that no one will even stand up during our basketball scrimmages. I even started wearing 2 pairs of shorts under my sweatpants for extra insurance. Things have gotten so bad that Vice Principal Roy came into the gym today to lecture the boys. He said this was no laughing matter and that anyone caught pantsing another student would be suspended. But Vice Principal Roy should have watched where he was standing, because some kid snuck under the bleachers and got him pretty good. Whoever did it escaped before Vice Principal Roy could catch him. No one knows for sure who it was, but the name they are using for the guy is the Mad Pancher. Tuesday. It's been about a week since they introduced these candygrams, and I'm getting a little concerned that I haven't gotten one yet. I've never flung potatoes on the ceiling, and I've never pantsed anyone in my life, so I don't know what a guy needs to do to impress a girl these days. It seems like every guy in my homeroom has gotten a candygram. Even Travis Hickey got one, and he will crust a pizza out of a trash can if you give a quarter. Uncle Gary was playing his computer game in my room the other night, and I told him about the Valentine's Day dance and the candygrams. Believe it or not, he gave me some really good advice. Uncle Gary told me the best way to get a girl's attention is by making yourself look unavailable. He said what I should do is buy a bunch of candygrams and have them all delivered to myself, so the girls would think I was a really hot property. I probably should have thought about talking to Uncle Gary a lot earlier. He's been married something like 4 times already, so he's an expert on relationships. Yesterday, I bought $2 worth of candygrams, and today in homeroom they were delivered to me. I just hope this works, because that $2 was my lunch money.